What is up guys, welcome back to another video. This week I'm going to show you a super cool, super flashy lick that's not only a lot of fun to play, but also doubles up as a killer technical workout for mastering your major scales. If you're new here, my name is Simon. I teach jazz and neo-soul piano without the fluff, without the nonsense, just the stuff that's actually going to help you get better. And as always, I've got a free PDF download for you with the notation of this lick written out in all 12 keys. You can grab that via the link in the description below. Let's get into it. So in the key of C major, here's how it sounds. There are two main components to this. We have a lot of sixth intervals, and then we also have some chromaticism. Let's break it down together. We're in C major, and we're starting on the third. Now, the first thing you need to get down are the sixth intervals. So a sixth up from here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, C. And this interval is going to move down in parallel. We can take it down that full octave, and just make sure that you can do this before moving on. The second step is to separate the intervals apart. Start with the lower note, and then play the higher note. If we do that to all of them, that should sound like this. So practice that and make sure you've got it down. Next, we're going to make a slight adjustment which gets us a little closer to the end goal. Instead of ascending up each interval like we just did, we're now going to play the lower note, followed by the higher note, followed by the lower note again. And if we go through the whole thing, it should sound like this. Spend some time practicing that and make sure you've got it down. The next step is where it gets a bit tricky. We're going to introduce some chromaticism to connect the intervals together. Here's the first interval. And instead of just going straight to this, we're going to connect them together using a chromatic passing note. Now that sounds complicated, but it's not really. We're literally just going to do this. Interval, chromatic note, next interval. Here it is again. And we can do exactly the same thing to connect the next interval. And we can just keep repeating that. However, you might notice there's a slight problem when we get to here, because there's no chromatic note between this note and this note. So what do? Well, in this case, we'll play the approach note from a half step below. And this sounds really cool. So let me play that from the top nice and slow. And then from below, and then we can just carry on. Interval, chromatic, interval, chromatic, interval, chromatic, interval. And then we have the same thing here where there's no chromatic note in between, so we play the note a half step below. And that's essentially it. Here it is all together nice and slowly. Try and play along with me. and we just finish there on the C. Here it is a little faster. So not only is this an insanely cool and hip line, it's also a fantastic way to practice your scales. Here it is in F major. And here it is in B flat major. Remember, you can grab the free PDF of this lick in all 12 keys completely free. Also, practice using it in context. Try incorporating it into your improvisation over different progressions. Here's a quick example of using it over a 2-5-1. And there you have it. If you want to seriously supercharge your scale practice, then just practice this instead. It will really highlight the scales you don't know as well. It will do wonders for your technique, navigating around all of that in all 12 keys. And it also gives you something pretty damn cool to whip out in your next solo. Have fun with that, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button, and also come and check out the PianoPig Academy if you're looking for more in-depth lessons, courses, and my step-by-step roadmap. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.